solve this Armstrong number if the summation of its digit is equal the cube if the sum of a cube of its digit is equal to number itself. So the sum of the cube here for each digit is equal to the number. That means this is Armstrong number. As we said here, 153, 1 to the power 3 is 3, plus 5 to the power 3 is 125, plus 27, so we have 28 plus 125, which is equal 153. So this is the first. Yes, I want to draw it quickly here. We have this number. We need to find if هذا الرقم our first digit here مرفوع للقوة 3 plus the second digit 5 مرفوع للقوة 3 plus 3 to the power 3 is equal to the number itself, is equal to the same number. In that case, we will print the number, the same number. You have the solution. Think about this and think how we are going to solve this problem. Here we should use, or what we have used here is 4 and y. Okay. And the number we wanted to check is between 100 and 25. So the for loop here should start from 100. Okay, not 1. Okay, from 100 to 25. Now, think about this, and inshallah in 10 minutes we will solve this. We will explain this, the solution for all of you. Now think about this, but please, the solution here should be from 100 to until 500, starting from 100 until 500. So please try to solve this task until I rewrite this document again. I will rewrite the solution down, and please try to solve the first task. Task 3. يلا شباب, try to solve the first one. We embed the answer down, and here for task 1, task 2, task 3, and we have also task 1. Here is the deliverable solution. Sorry for this, I'm trying just to reformat the task and move the answer. So here, task 2. there. And we have also task 3. Task, I will try to maximize the number. Our first task, we have a 3-digit number, as I have said, called the Armstrong number. If the sum of its digit is equal to number itself, then print it on the screen. We will start from 100 to 500. Okay, this is our first task. I will just upload the file again to you with the solution. Now we have here, as you can see, we have two nested loop. This one, this is the for loop. The outer one here, and the outer loop. أيها تبدأ من هنا لهنا, from there to here. هذا الأوتر loop, as you can see. Then we have the inner loop. Then we have our if statement here to print the number. This if statement to calculate the sum of the digit and check if the sum of the digit equal to the number itself, then we will print the number here, I. Because I is changing from 100 to 500. And every time we increase I by 1. So this if statement to check if the number is equal to the sum. Here, to the sum of the number. Then we will print I. This is to check, to print the value if the sum equal to the number, as you can see, check. And this if statement is inside the outer loop. But what about this, guys? هذه الواي ليش هذا؟ What about this? شو الهدف منها هذه الواي؟ Now the purpose behind this y is to calculate, to divide the number to its digit and find the sum. So y, as you can see here, I in every outer iteration, I will assign I to t. Okay, so now I is equal 100 and t is equal 100 in our first iteration. Okay, now sum is equal 0. Okay, now every time when I go up, I finish the loop here and I go again to the outer loop, the sum is changed again to 0. Don't forget this. Now we have here 100. For our first iteration is 100. So I have assigned here I to t. Now t is equal to 100. Now I will check t. I will try to find the sum of its digits. So I will try to divide to find the sum of its digit. Okay, and multiply it by itself 3 times to the power 3, and to the power 3, and to the power 3. After that, I will calculate the sum of the cube of these digits. If they are equal to the number itself, to I will print it on the screen. So this while loop is to divide the number to its digit and find the sum of each digit. Find the sum of each digit, the cube for each digit, then add it to the sum here. So let's find the cube of our first digit here. How we can find the cube? By using mode. How we can find here. Now here we have 100. Okay, we have first of all 100. Okay. 100 mod 10. كم الجواب شباب؟ 100 mod 10 كم equal؟ يلا. Can anyone tell me? 100 mod 10 كم هذا؟ 0. في 0 صح؟ في كم؟ في 0. 0 في 0 في 0 equal 0. إذا في الأول صار في 0. Then I will divide it by 10 again. 10 again. It will become من 100 راح يصير 10. 10 مود 10. 10 مود 10 equal 0 برضه. 0 0. Okay. فالsum of this for its cube is 0. Is 0. So now it is 10 t divided by 10, and it will become also 0, because 0 في 0 في 0 بظل السم again 0. Then I will divide it by 10 again. Okay, 10 by 10 equal 1. 10 by 10 equal 1. Because first time it was 100. I divided by 10, became 10. And I have find the mode of 10, also zeros. هذا sum 0 for 100, sum 0 مع الواي الثاني. Now t, I will divide t by 10 again. Now it is 10. Divided by 10, it will become 1. It will become here 1. Okay. After divided t by t by 10, it was 100, then it became 10, then it became 1. Now, sum تساوي sum t mod 10. 1 mod 10 كم شباب؟ 1 mod 10 كم النتيجة؟ باقي قسمة 1 على 10 كم؟ 1 صح؟ الجواب 0 والباقي كم؟ 1. لأنه 1 لا تقبل القسمة على 10. أوكي، يعني 1 mod 10 equal 1. الآن 1 ضرب 1 ضرب 1 equal 1. صار، وهذا في أصلا 0، صار في السم 1. صار في السم 1. هل 1 sum equal I؟ لا، ال I equal 100. Is it equal 1؟ No، ما راح يعمل شيء. طيب نتأكد، هل الكيوب لهذا فعلا 1؟ لو أخذنا الديجيت هذا 1 للقوة 3، 1 زائد 0 زائد 0 equal 1. فعلا the code is working and the sum is equal 1. Now let's try the number in the example. خلينا نشوف الرقم اللي في الإكزامبل again. Clear again. I will go to the number inside the example. Anyone remember the number? It is 153, I think, right? شباب.
Yes, 153.
153. خلينا نشوف، ممكن صح ممكن خطأ. Okay, ممكن. Let's go again. Let's suppose إنه أنا ماشي يعني in this I, and now I is equal 153. I will start now. Now I equal t, so t will be 150. خلينا نشوف. Now sum equal 0, while t لا تساوي 0. Yes, it is 153. I will try my formula here. Now t mod 10 كم شباب؟ اللي هي 105 153 mod 10 كم النتيجة؟ 3. ممتاز. 3 في 3 في 3 كم؟ السم راح يكون فيه أول مرة اللي هو 3 صح؟ هنا 3 في 3 نعم في 3 يس اللي هي 27 ممتاز. Now I will divide t again by 10. It is 153 divided by 10 راح تصير كم النتيجة؟ 15. 50. إذا هذا خلصنا. I will erase now. راح أمسح بالمحاية like this and like this. Okay, now I will continue. I will use the pen again. Now the number is 15. 15 here. T mod 10. T mod. كم باقي قسمة 15 على 10 شباب؟ 1 والباقي كم؟ 5 نعم. 5 في 5 في 5 كم يساوي؟ 125 صح؟ بلس 27 كم صار؟ اجمعوها 125 زائد 27 اللي هو كم؟ 145 102 100 وكم 152 صح؟ 152 yes 152 yes that's good. Now we will divide the number again by 10. Now the number is equal 15. 15 by 10 لازم عندنا يكون هنا 1 النتيجة 1 أوكي 15 by 10 باقي قسمة 15 على 10 هو 1 صح لأنها انتجر راح يبقى هنا عندنا في التي كم؟ 1 من كم؟ هل التي لا تساوي 0؟ نعم هذا بنمسحها I will erase it again here again and again هذا ما حفظك. طيب هنا it will become 1 أقسم 15 على 10 النتيجة 1 الآن 1 mod 10 1 1 mod 10 1 1 mod 10 1 1 في 1 في 1 equal 1 plus the sum is equal 153. الآن is the sum equal I? Yes, it is equal I. So I will print the value. The value will be printed. It will be 153. Okay, that's it. So this is the solution. I know that you have a solution. You can just try this one and run the code. Okay, Shabab, it is clear now. I hope it's clear. Yeah, it's tracing. I know it's difficult, but this problem is commonly is known actually. You can search for the internet and find this example and find the solution. Just we need here we want to trace the code and know what is really happening inside the code. As we have said, it is logic. Just we all what we need here is to trace the code here. Okay, that's good. That's great. Inshallah, I will try to run this code. Inshallah, and we will go to next solution in 4 minutes. Take a look at the code. If you want, as we have mentioned in our last lab, you can just see up T each time. You can see up sum and T. You can add here statement. مثلا عشان تعرف الكود شو اللي بصير. You know what's happening. See out تقدر تقول له see out sum and see out T. Okay. تعمل انت نيو لاين عشان تشوف شو اللي قاعد بيصير داخل هذا الجملة. داخل الوايل here inside this while you can write see out sum and see out. This will help you to see the code and trace the code. Okay, that's good. This is our first task. Now I will go to task number 2, inshallah. Task number 2. It is easy, this one. Right, it is easy. Write a C+ program to print the number from 1 to 10 except number 7. Okay. Sorry for this. Except number 7. This is except. Okay. Except number 7. يعني اطبع الأعداد من 1 ل 10 باستثناء 5. I don't believe that we have in the slide something called talk about continue. Anyone can tell me what does continue do with? Break, yes, exit something, exit the block. إذا خلينا بس to remind you about this. I will write them here. Break هنا mean exit the block. أي block أنت فيه سواء في السويش سواء بالفور means exit the block. Break it. Exit the, I mean the block سواء 4 or either 4 or either F or switch, whatever, it will exit this block. So if you are using 4, break will exit the 4. Will exit the 4. Now continue mean continue, it is another command, mean skip. Skip the lines in the current iteration only. يعني في اللفة اللي أنت فيها. In the current, skip the lines in the current iteration only. يعني لو كتبت كتابي أفضل لي. يعني continue, I will write it here. Continue means break, exit. قلنا break here, exit. Continue means skip the lines in the current iteration and go to next one. Iteration and go to next one. Okay. This is the meaning of continue. بمعنى لو أنا عندي for loop هنا مثلا شغال أنا في for loop خلال اللفة مثلا رقم 5 زي ما راح نعمل الآن as we will do now, I find continue. Continue and some condition will be working when the number is 5. Continue means skip all the line here in the current iteration. Don't execute any line in this iteration. Just go to the second iteration. يعني skip all the lines اللي بعد الcontinue. أي line هنا في ده inside the iteration أي code print, summation, mathematical operation, logical operation, whatever. We mean by this skip all of these lines and complete, don't forget this, complete to the next iteration. When the iteration is equal to 6, it will continue. So using continue will only skip the lines in the current iteration, but it will go again and continue to the next iteration inside the for loop. I think with this example, or when we see the code here and you run the code, it will be more clear to you. Now our task here is to write a program to print the numbers from 1 to 10 except number 5. Except number 5. Okay, باستثناء رقم 5. This one is easy here. I will go to task number 2 solution now quickly. Task number 2. This one I want to print all the number from 1 to 10 except number 5. So when I start my iteration here, when I equal 5, I will continue. So I will skip all the lines here. I will skip all the lines after continue. هذه اللاينز كلها راح عملها skip سواء كان see out, summation, mathematical operation. After the continue, in the current iteration when I equal 5 في اللفة الخامسة in iteration number 5, I will skip the lines after continue. So I will not print here 5. I will skip this command, so I will not print 5. So let's trace the code quickly. When I equal 1, I will print 1 because I is not equal 5. Then we will print 2 is 3, 4. Now I will reach to number 5. When I equal 5, I will continue. Continue means skipping the lines here. Skip the lines after the statement continue in the current iteration. So I will not execute this statement or any other statement. So I will not do anything. I will just continue. Then I will print 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I believe that running this task will help you to understand. Please run this. Code quickly and we will go to the next task. Third task, to find if the number is prime or not.
Prime number, I think it's mean
في العربي يعني شو هو؟ الأول صح؟
repeat it.
No. البرايم نمبر هو الأولي. البرايم هو العدد الأولي. عارفين ذاكرينه البرايم؟ بس يقبل القسمة على نفسه واحد. Yes, that's great. ممتاز. يعني any number that only can be divided by 1 or by itself only فهو prime number. But if this number accept or can be divided يقبل قسمة on other number it is not a prime number. يعني الآن let's say number شباب number 7 مثلا. خلينا نبدأ في 7. هل 7 برايم نمبر؟ بنشوف. هل 7 تقبل قسمة على 1؟ كل الأرقام في العالم في الدنيا all the number are divided by 1, can be divided by 1. All the number can be divided by 1 in the world. number هذا احنا بنستثني لأنه كل 1 احنا number 1 we will ignore this number because all the numbers can be divided by 1. And the second case that we will ignore that is all the number can be divided by itself. يعني 7 تقبل قسمة على 7. 11 تقبل قسمة على 11. هذا prime number. Okay. So to check if a number is a prime number or not, we wanna to divide it on the other number before it. قبله. If the number cannot be divided on the other smaller number, that means it is prime. It is prime. So now let's say, for example, number 9. هل 9 is 9 a prime number? It cannot be divided by 2. 2 لا ما بقسم عليها، ولكن هو يقسم على 3. 4 لا يقسم عليها، ولا 5 ولا 6 ولا 7 ولا 8. ولكنه but this number is can be divided by 3, so it is not a prime number. A prime number. نيجي على 11. 11 cannot be divided by any number, only by 11 and 1, so this is a prime number. And the same for 7 and 5 and 3 and 1. So 1, 3, 5 cannot be divided on any number before them. Okay, and 7, 11, I think 13 is a prime number. Let's see, I think 15, 16, 17 is a prime number. 19 is prime number. So is the definition of prime number clear now, guys? هل واضح شو معنى prime number؟ عشان نروح to check the code together. Yes, only Abdullah answer. Yes, Musab. Yes, that's good. Yeah. I want to see you participate. Thank you. So this is the prime number. So how we are going to check here? We are going to check this number if can be divided by a previous number here, by a smaller number or not. If this number cannot be divided by any number before it, so it is a prime. If this number can be divided, خلاص, it is not a prime. So if this number cannot be divided by anyone, I am now writing my algorithm, let's say, or writing my saying my BCD code. If the number cannot be divided by any other number, so it is a prime. If the cannot be divided, okay, so it is a prime. If the number can be divided by any other smaller number, so in that case it is not a prime. So 9 is not a prime, 15 is not a prime number, 8 is not a prime. We have, for example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 19, 17 are prime numbers. Now we will go to the task and see the solution. Don't forget that I will check from 2 until I reach not the number minus 1. Because every number in the world, don't forget this, can be divided by 1 and can be divided by itself. Don't forget this. Okay, now we will go to the solution. I have shared the solution with you actually previously before starting the lab because it is our last lecture. Now I will go to the task number 3. Now here I will enter a number. For example, let's suppose that I enter number. Let's try non-prime number. For example, let's try number 4. Okay, number 4. Now, do y I less than none. Why I didn't say here less or equal? Okay, ليش شباب ما قلت less or equal none? Why I didn't say that? Because I don't want to check if the number divided by itself. All the number can be divided by themselves. All the number. And here why I have started by 1, 2, not 1. هنا ليش أنا بدأت في 2 not 1؟ ليش مش واحد؟ لأنه all the number can be divided by 1. So now I will enter the number and I will check if number 4 can be divided by 2 or 3 only. يعني for number 4 راح تلاحظ إنه أنا ببدأ من we are starting from number 2. إذا for 2 راح أتشيك معاه، راح أشوف أعمل تشيك على 2 and 3. Is number 4 can be divided by 2? Is number 4 can be divided by 3? And based on that, I will write here. Right. So here the result here. So I will write the result. So I start from 2. Okay. Number is 4. Number is 4. And every time I am increasing I by 1. So first of all, I will become 2. Is num mod I equal 0. خلينا نشوف. 4 مود 2. هل 4 تقبل قسمة على 2 شباب؟ يس صح؟ هل 4 مود I equal 0؟ نعم. الباقي 0. لأنه 4 تقسيم 2 هو 2 والباقي 0. إذا ما إنه الباقي 0 إذا هو يقبل القسم. فمباشرة أنا دخلت from the first iteration قلت له هذا not prime، هذا false not prime، خلاص وعملت بريك، ما في داعي أعمل check for the next iteration. I break the while loop and go to this if statement. هذا الواي. Go to this if statement. Here I have used a flag. Okay, flag. Now prime was equally true at the beginning. Now prime is equal false based on this, because 4 mod 2 equals 0. Then yes, prime is changed to false, and I have break the loop here and went out. خرجت منها. Now I will check if prime equal true, see out prime, else see out not prime. Now based on this code or this number, prime is equal false, so I will go to the else part and print number form is not prime. This is for number 4. Let's try another number. Don't forget that I here is less than the number, because every number can be divided by itself and can be divided by 1. This is why I have started here from 2, and here I write less and I didn't write less or equal. I will clear this code again and we will check another number. Let's say I don't want to check a very big number, that will take a lot of time. We will check number 5. Now I equal to I equal to and the number is 5. Is num mod 2 equals 0? No, it is equal 1. So I will not do anything. Now I will check, is I will increase I by 1. Is I greater than the number, less than the number? Yes, I equal to. Now I will become 3. I will continue. If I will become 3 now. Is 5 can mod I equal 0? هل 5 تقسيم 3 equal 0؟ لا، 5 مود 3 هي 1 والباقي 2. Okay. الباقي the remainder is 2. So it is not equal 0. هنا طبعا لما تكون I2 as I have mentioned, the remainder equal 1. Now when I3, let's divide 5 mod 3, the remainder will be 2. So it is not equal 0. I will not do anything and I will continue. Now I will become 4. هل 5 mod 4 equals 0? Of course not. So I will not do anything, and now we will increase I by 1. Okay. Now هل I less than number? No. 5 is equal 5. So I will exit my for loop without doing anything. The prime still true. So after finishing my for iteration here or my while, because I have started from 2 to the number -1. I have started from I equal to the number -1 because I have used less than. Now based on this one, on 5, as we have mentioned, we did not enter this if statement because no number can be divided by 5. 5 cannot be divided by 2 and cannot be divided by 3 and cannot be divided by 4. So the remainder is not equal 0 in all the cases. So prime is still true. So after finishing the 4 now here, I will go to the prime number. If prime equal true, I will print prime. So now prime is still true or remains true. So I have printed here prime. You can try this. If you run this code, let's suppose that if you have entered 7, it will be prime. If you have entered 9, it will be not prime, and so on. This is our third task here. Okay, actually it was this task was using 4, but I have changed it to do while. Okay, so the main we have here two basic things. First of all, we cannot start from 1. Second of all, we will ignore the number. We cannot divide the number by itself because the number, of course, can be divided by itself. And the third important point here, I did not write here the message. If you remember the quiz, I did not write C out here or the if statement here. If prime equal true, then C out this and this. Why? I have using here flag. Why I have done that? Because let's suppose that I have number 5, or let's say not number 5, let's say number 7 مثلا لو أجرب number 7 I need a number I want number for example not divided by 2. Let's try number 9. شوفوا لو if we have put the message here شو راح يصير عندي؟ راح تكون first of all I will be 2. هل I تقبل قسمة على 2؟ لا. If I have put the message here inside the loop, أول message راح تطلع عندي not prime كذا because I is equal to and 9 mod 2 not equal 0. إذا هذا الكود كان داخل هنا was inside the while, I will check. If prime equally true, then I will do something. Otherwise, I will print not prime. So first of all, I will print prime. لأنه I لا تقبل قسمة على 9 لا تقبل قسمة على 2. الحين شوفوا كيف راح يطلع البرنامج. راح يطبع لي برايم، بعدين لما تصير 3 راح يطبع لي نوت برايم. لما تكون 4 راح يطبع لي نوت برايم. بعدين نوت برايم. 5 6 7 8 للكل، يعني فقط للثلاثة راح يطبع لي برايم. للثلاثة سوري للاثنين والأربعة والخمسة والستة والسبعة سوري for 2 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 it will print here prime. Sorry, I made a mistake. Prime. but for 2 راح يطبع لي or for 3 راح يطبع لي not prime. طب شو النتيجة؟ هو برايم ولا not prime؟ I don't know. If I have, I will repeat again and I will clear again. We have number 9 here. أنا بتخيل that we have moved this code here. صار هنا الكود داخل instead of هذا الفلاج. ليش أعمل كذا؟ حطيت الإف هنا 9 مود 2 لا تقبل القسمة، بقول لي برايم. أول مرة الآي 2 راح يعطيني برايم، راح يكمل ما أعرف هو not برايم. Now if I divided it by 3 راح يعطيني not برايم. فراح يطبع لي على الشاشة أول شيء برايم and on the screen it will print not prime if I have moved this 4 here. So this is wrong. And also the break is very important here, because when I have check I must exit. If I remove the break, I didn't add the break here, now I will continue to 4. راح يقول لي هنا not prime. و5 راح يقول لي not prime. So adding break is very important. And for 6 not prime, and for 7 and for 8 is not prime. So what is the result? Is it prime or not? So if I have found that it is not prime, I will break. I will exit. خلاص, break. So this is very important here to use a flag. So imagine you are doing a search process. مثلا تخيل انك انت قاعد تعمل search inside array. راح يطبع لك مثلا not found. اذا حطيت المسج كذا not found not found not found، واذا لقاه باللفتة الثالثة مثلا بقول لك found. طب شو هل هذا منطق؟ الرسالة for the search لازم the search message should appear only for the user one time, not many times. This is why we are using flags and we are using breaks. Sometimes we need them. We don't prefer to write messages inside the loop here. So if we are searching for a value inside the array and the value exists in element number 3, now in the first element, if we have both the if and these messages inside the 4, it will print for us not found, then found. The last result is correct. Yes, it is found. But why we have printed not found, not found? This does not make sense for all of us. So use a flag. Use a flag. When the case needs to use a flag, use a flag. If you want to try this, you can move these here and see what is happening with you. What is happening if you have moved these messages here. Okay. So this is why we have using sometimes we sometimes use prime flags, هذا flag boolean, and we sometimes use break. Okay, don't forget this at all. That's all شباب for the lab.